So what's happening with the lawsuit? Yes.
We're gonna put that board on it.
So
Yeah.
that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be easier to hang things on, maybe, but because I mean, how else are you going to do your art shows?
Into it.
So how long before they put that up? Because the GFWC art show should be like in a month.
Well, it'll be within a week or so. Should be done. They were talking about doing it at night.
This makes sense.
Hello. I mean, a lot of it probably comes out more than 30 miles. Are you doing like grid sales? No, it's
He's armed. Donna is armed. Felt cut pretty good today, right?
Now, where did you say we need to cut on?
Yeah.
Did we? Oh, we marked it, didn't we?
I would say cut it in this area.
Okay.
Closer to the
That's the sweet spot.
Don't go to the end.
I know. I forgot.
I'll tell you what, I was so glad that we sharpened those things because we had a ribbon cutting for SCC's new Nebraska Hall building.
Yeah.
And the angle was like this, like
Yeah.
up. And I was like, please. And it nailed it. It was like butter. I was like, thank you. Thank you, Taylor. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, we got one more coming in here and we'll get started.
Some kind of grind we put on here, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty darn good.
Yeah, we know a guy.
I was gonna say that's professional grind. I would have just used the die grinder.
Right.
To the right side.
Hi, Gary. Is anybody else coming from your crew?
I don't think so.
Okay.
We got board meetings and stuff.
Sure. Yeah, no worries. Well, welcome everyone. I'm Jonathan with the Chamber of Commerce. Thanks so much for being here today. Always exciting to have ribbon cuttings and welcome new businesses into our community and our county. And so as we do with ambassadors, we'll go around the room and then we'll end up with our showcase company for today and the team from Timberworks. So with that, I think, Mike, if you don't mind starting, then we'll kind of go around this way and then we'll end up with those guys.
Mike Fleer, Jones Bank.
Colin Hines here with County Chamber.
Donna, Sioux County Chamber.
Joni with the chamber. Stephanie with the paper.
Joe with Max Country Club Radio.
I am Alexis. I'm Austin's wife.
Oh, Alyssa, I'm Tyler's wife.
Gary Rolfe, Caltech. I'm retiring, so I'm trying to have my badge. Kurt's gonna get this.
Yeah.
Riley Wolf, Jones Group.
Jane Reamer, Memorial Healthcare Systems.
Kelsey Lee, Mercy City Church.
Taylor Ackerman, Ackerman Design and Engineering.
Derek Tashinsky, Jones Bank.
Tyler, you're with Timberworks.
Awesome Brown Timberworks. If you guys wouldn't mind telling us a story about the business, we'd love to learn more.
Yeah, that's great. Tyler and I both grew up in Shattered, so we've known each other for several years and both ended up this way through a couple of separate paths. And I actually had Tyler do some work for me on my fence, and we were just talking one day and talking about our goals and what we kind of envisioned for our lives, and we both ended up in Seward. And so after that, we just kind of kept the conversation going. I think it took about 6 months, and I said, hey, what if we worked on this as a full-time business? And he's been working part-time. I've been working part-time in it since March of 24, and since then it's been a build-up to now where we're going full-time in the business. Timberworks has taken off. We've probably tripled our revenue year over year, so we're working on growing out a team now and adding a couple of team members from the local area and just becoming a household name in the area. We do all sorts of fencing, vinyl, wood. Wood's really our niche. We can do a lot of great craftsmanship and just bringing a really good value to the area. Now, lots of fences get put up and they don't get touched for 20, 30 years, and it becomes an eyesore. structural issues, and so just want to be a resource for the community.
Along with that, like we want to offer good craftsmanship, we want to put together good products, but we also want to be long-term staples in the community. We both have young families, we both really like the area, are comfortable with it. This is somewhere we want to be for a long time, and we like to put in the effort and the work to do that.
So when you think about sort of your typical customer, what do they look like? What are they looking for, and how can we connect them with you?
That's right. So we work a lot of new builds. So new builds where there's not an existing fence, that's probably the biggest need. Those go up the quickest. They're on tight timelines. And the other one is old and failing fences. We offer two different kinds of services. So a refresh if it's structurally okay and it just needs a tune-up, power wash it, and we have a great standard product. We searched through several vendors to find the best stain product we could made in the U.S. So we offer a refresh service for power wash and stain. And then the other is tear down and put up a new fence so that it is structurally sound and nothing's going to happen to it in the next 30 years.
I would just go along with that and say that there's always going to be a wide range customer to customer of what you might need. That's one of our favorite things to do is really sit down with people and talk about like what makes sense for you, what kind of stages your fence in, what your project is in, what's budget wise, things like that. We'd like to be able to just match you up with the best fix that we can give you.
I think I heard as well that sometimes in the off season you do some other types of work. I don't know if you want to talk more about that as well.
Sure, yeah. We do have a soil sampling contract that will run for the next 5 years and probably be renewed after that. But that keeps us pretty busy from mid-October to early March. And so kind of outside of that time is when we're doing fences the most. Obviously in Nebraska the ground freezes and it gets a little difficult to put a fence in. Not that it's impossible. We've had a great winter this year as far as temperatures, so we've been able to do fencing all the way through January so far. I think this week might change that, but yeah, so we do work on some soil sampling all over Midwest U.S., so all the way south into Oklahoma, mostly Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas type areas.
What's the best way for people to get a hold of you guys?
So we post, when we do our advertising, we post on a direct line. People can call or text directly, 402-381-8313. We also have a website, timberworks.org.
Timberworks.online. Yep.
Yes.
You can find us there or by email, timberworks2025@gmail.com.
Yep.
What other questions do we have, ambassadors?
Do you enjoy trying to fix other people's messes? Because you said you do a lot of repairs and other things, so you have to come in and kind of make it right. Is that how enjoyable is that?
It's challenging sometimes, but it's honestly just every fence is a puzzle piece. We just gotta figure out what can be saved, what can't, what makes sense for the customer's needs, and it is enjoyable though. We really like to at the end of the day see happy customers and just know that we've actually helped somebody out with some of their issues that they're dealing with on an everyday basis.
You want to lower the quality of your products so that you don't have to go back in 30 years. You can go like in 10 or 15.
That might be the better business choice. But we're going to try and keep our name brand up as long as we can. We'll stick to the 30-year fixes.
Are you good at finding property lines? I suppose you got to know where that property line is.
Yeah, I've actually had to make a couple calls into the city so far to just make sure, because a lot of customers know where their lines are, and some people, especially with new buyers coming in, they may not know for sure what's able to be built on what area of the property. So yeah, we've had to look at that a few times.
Is a lot of your business word of mouth from people to people, like neighbors coming over and that kind of thing? Or?
I would say so. Yeah, I've had quite a few interactions like that. That's probably what we're most proud of, just because that is the best way to spread the word. And it's supposed to be in a small community where word of mouth referrals are really trustworthy. That's something that we'd really like to have.
Yeah, word of mouth referrals. We have been increasing our website presence and our Facebook ads. I know there's several local Facebook pages that we try and post to on a regular basis, and been working on some SEO, so we have dedicated pages for all the surrounding towns. Everywhere within 60 miles of here is fair game for us, and materials too. So those are all in play for Timberworks.
Who is the vendor? Where do you get your materials from for the fences and whatnot? Is that it?
In the current world that we're in, I think we shop between 6 and 7, sometimes 8 vendors.
Gotcha.
It's just, it seems like everything's always changing, quality and price. So it's always a constant homework recalculation of
Sure.
where can we get the best stuff for the best prices.
Gotcha. But there's that many vendors that.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yep, there, and then some HOAs are very particular on what you have to meet their requirements, where they have a dedicated fence from a dedicated supplier that you have to purchase it from. So, we deal with that. We deal with the HOAs when we have to, and that's not a problem.
Go ahead. On the fencing side, you try and stick within that 60-mile radius, or I know you had mentioned doing
60,
soils.
75, that's kind of our general location. We're going as far as Grand Island West. We've gone into Omaha a little bit. When you start talking about travel, it gets more expensive for us to travel and do it than have a local person do it that far away. So, if we have to return 2 or 3 times, that kind of kills the value that we get to provide. So, we're just trying to stay in that 60 to 75 mile band.
Is that usually a 3-day thing? You said 3 times. Is that usually what it is about, you think? Or I mean, obviously it depends. But,
Right. Yeah, the installs are very fast. A lot of replacements will just require extra days of demo,
Gotcha.
tear out and whatnot. But
Gotcha. Yep.
You mentioned you're growing your team, kind of looking for potential new teammates. Can you talk about what you're looking for there?
Yeah, I think we because of our newness, we have the opportunity to be a little flexible, and so we can take anyone from 21-year-old college person who's lucky, who's hardworking, is willing to work outside, to someone who's been doing fencing for 20 years. I'm looking for someone to come beside us as we grow this business, and we'll be breaking off into multiple crews here in the near future. We'll need the people to support that, and so finding a future foreman, is on our priority list, as well as just hardworking individuals who want to, grow alongside us and the business.
it's an exciting thing with this business in general is just that it really just comes down to someone who's willing to put in effort and then also has the attention to detail so that our quality standards stay up where they need to be. Anything can be taught. It's just if you're the type of person that wants to be taught, can be, is willing to put in that effort. So that's the kind of people that we're looking at for our team for sure.
Is there any other strictly fencing contractors? And I just Googled it. You guys popped up #1. I know there was one from Pennsylvania that popped up too. So that's kind of interesting. But is there anybody that does just fencing like you guys in Seward County?
In Seward County, I don't believe so. I believe probably the closest fence-only contractor would be J&M. I believe they're up in the Wahoo.
Yeah.
So, but strictly fencing, we go up against a lot of handymen. They certainly serve their purpose, but we're strictly the fence experts, and that's all we do. So we want to stay true to that and keep our quality high and be able to provide that level of expertise.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of overlapping coverage areas. You think about we do a 60-mile radius. A lot of companies do that to where they can service a lot of. They'll put up quotes for a lot of these areas, but as far as based and registered in the area, I do think we're on the short list there.
Well,
I was gonna say, I'm kind of curious. Can you tell us about your logo?
Yeah.
It's really attractive.
Yeah. So I think one thing that we talked about for a long time when we decided to partner in on this and make this an official business is that we wanted to really stay true to our personal values. For me, I'm a Christian. I've raised in a Christian household. So that's something that's really important to me. It's one of the things when I was starting to look into entrepreneurship and into having my own business that I really wanted that to be a main focal point and something that was very descriptive of how we operated and acted. And so it was something that we talked about. Austin was the same, and also that we were both in on displaying that and just having that be a big part of who we are.
Yep. So that's why you see the T and the cross, and then the fence and the forest behind it. Wood is really where we get to be craftsmen and build it from scratch. It's vinyl. It's great. We'll buy a great vinyl product and put it up, and it'll be great. But when it comes to wood, we get to do a lot of engineering and fabrication to put it with that in mind, that the floor is kind of representing the wood style fencing, and then the fence and then obviously the cross and the T that Tyler talked to. And thanks for that, Don.
The different kinds of fences, chain link, wood.
We try to offer it all. We specialize in wood, but we do a lot of chain link and vinyl as well. There is tons of new products coming out that we'd love to both experience and push as they become more popular and more price effective. But
the composite fencing
yes.
is starting to become popular. There's a couple of new vendors out there. It's finally making it to the box stores. Syntec is probably the most popular one right now. So we're getting into some of the composite, and then just because of the opportunity in the area, we do some agricultural, fixing barbed wire fence, electrical fence, whatever. That may be here in the area just because there's a need for it, and ranchers and farmers run out of time. They get busy with planting and the 27,000 other things they need to do in the day, so we're there for a resource for that.
What type of wood do you normally prefer to work with?
we try to go with cedar. Cedar is just, everyone will tell you that. I think everyone's known that for a long time. That's just the best. But it's not just a badge of honor to say I have a cedar fence. It is bug and rock resistant. It is just kind of the gold standard. We will put in more budget fences if that's something that fits in anyone's needs or wants there. But we do try to do cedar pickets, and I think we're going to try to go mostly to driven steel posts, just to kind of provide that gold standard long-lasting effect there.
Yep, and then we also have a partnership with semi-local from Pine Bluff who can produce some red cedar pickets, which is a very niche product. A little more expensive, but if you want to have a unique fence, and have a local tree that people can get rid of, we have that option that from a partner who does milling, and he's actually also from the Chadron area. So.
I learned a lot today. Thank you for that.
Well, thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate the opportunity to share our business with everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so it's always a good day when we get to cut a ribbon with the Chamber of Commerce. So we just want to say thank you for starting your business here. Thank you for investing in the community, not just with the business, but with your families. We're really grateful to help you guys grow here within Seward and Seward County. So we'd like to cut a ribbon and celebrate with you joining the Chamber of Commerce. So I think if we can kind of put ourselves in front of that area. Welcome to Ambassadors to join us.
Can we pull it this way? Or
Yep.
Can we pull it this way?
Part of business.
Swing this in.
They have.
Oh, yeah. Yep, for sure. Yeah, exactly.
He's got you guys watching.
Well, you're in town.
That's the best part.
So yes, we welcome our whole family. Yep. Go ahead.
Alright, we're gonna have to switch.
Yeah, we gotta
We have to get some more on the back row.
Yeah.
Because we can move down from the tree a little bit. I know that's part of what you guys do is trees, but we can't have a tree in the photo. Okay, back row, I cannot see you.
I was just gonna say,
No.
you guys, come up front. Come on.
Yeah,
for sure. You guys are part of the business.
Okay, Joe and Gary, do you guys want to jump in behind? I think that would be better. There we go. Yeah, just make sure you're between the people in front of you. That works well.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We'll do a group photo like this. Very nice. And then if you want to go ahead and cut, whenever you're ready.
You guys get the ribbons.
Yeah, I feel like you've done that before.
I'm kind of reaching.
I'll give you my card too.
Oh, that was actually.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, I think it's important we should just connect. There's a lot of younger guys. Yeah. Obviously, people like
Congratulations.
Just retired.
Okay, congratulations. All right, yeah.
That'd be fantastic. You know, like, we're trying to get in on something.
And those are only special.